Hello, YouTube! How are you all doing? And welcome to The Sound Live! We're in a heat wave here. It's going to be 99 degrees in Oregon today. How y'all doing? Today with me I have Evelyn Holland. Evelyn is a singer-songwriter and guitarist. What are you up to these days, Evelyn?
I'm continuing progress on the third record. I just tracked some bass yesterday.
I have Kyle Walls. Kyle is a singer, songwriter, and musician, guitarist. Kyle, what are you up to these summer days?
Last week, I picked up my guitar one morning and was going through some songs I'd written in the last few months. And there was one I liked it when I wrote it, but then I haven't really liked it. I was like, maybe I'm going to take that one off my list of ones that I might do. For some reason, my fingers started playing it in a way that I really, really like. So I recorded a draft. I shared it with my patrons and stuff, but it was cool that I sat down and I use session drum tracks for my original music and stuff. So I found some drums I liked. I got everything arranged really cool. I added some bass, and it was fun to sit down and record again, because it's been a little while since I recorded something new, studio wise. So that's fun stuff.
All right, so we're going to do the odd one next. Kyle, why don't you introduce us to your pick? What are we going to be reacting to next?
Okay, so we have Nightwish, and it was maybe the first or second Nightwish song I've done. I have only done I don't know, like 3 or 4, and I think half of those are at least with you. I got a lot of suggestions from people, and with Nightwish, there's been different singers in their history, and I need to specify, I do not know a whole lot about Nightwish. So when it comes to speaking about their history, I am not a very good nor knowledgeable person for that. I'm just going by what people have told me. Mm-hmm. So this is their singer Annette from, I think, an earlier part of their history. I know she is before Floor. With this song, this is Annette, and the song is called Amaranth. And this is a comment or suggestion that I received and share with Matthew, because I know he's down with Nightwish and stuff. And we always have fun reacting to him. I enjoy getting to hear, some different music and stuff. So this is always fun for me to check them out.
So I'm excited to hear this, because this is the one singer that I'm still brand new to. So awesome. This is exciting.
I remember hearing the first singer of Nightwish years and years ago, and I can't say I was a fan of the band then. I haven't really recently checked them out. So sometimes, you don't hear an artist for years, and then you hear them years later, and you're like, oh, well, why didn't I like it back then?
I mean, that can happen. Tastes change. Make sure you like. We want to get some more people in here to see this. This video has over 100 million views. This is going to be some good stuff. Are you guys all ready?
Yeah.
Woo! Yes.
All right, so without further ado, Musicians Panel reacts to Nightwish Amaranth official music video. Here we go! I should have recognized the title because I've definitely reacted to a live version of that with Floor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it was Vakken or if it was Wembley or both. I honestly don't remember, but I've definitely heard Floor sing that, and so it was so interesting to me. Like Annette's voice, at least on this song, was kind of bright and poppy. It was like I metal Madonna almost. If you, I mean, I know it's hard to put it into a you know what I mean, but it was like really bright and shiny, and the way that they did the harmony vocals, like on top, and like the really high like descanty stuff at the end, right? It was like totally like soprano, but like a pop soprano. Whereas the when I heard Tarja, she was, at least on that one song, she was much darker, more operatic, big diva sound, right? And then Floor, of course, and I've heard her do a whole lot of songs, and both those two only heard her do one, so it's not fair. But I've heard Floor do the entire range of it, from opera to that right bright poppy, and I don't know, for the studio recording of that, man, it felt like I don't know, 90s, late 90s. I don't know exactly when that came out.
I think so. Yeah, I was gonna say the vocals kind of reminded me of the first singer of The Gathering, actually.
Yeah.
What's her name? Annette von Gerksbergen, or I think that's how you pronounce it.
Her voice is really bright and shiny like that too. Yeah. It's like, and it's outstanding to me when you take that really deep, dark music that the drums and the bass and the guitar are making, and then you put the orchestral, the choir, and the pretty piano keyboardy things that Tuomas is doing, both production wise and also adding when he's doing a concert, and then you have this bright female vocalist or dark female vocalist, either way, but to have that high pitched vocalist on top of this deep dark music, it's so nice, and it makes it so that the vocals don't have to be as loud decibel wise, because pitch wise there's not as much music up there, right? In the melody range, most of it's down below the volume, and so you know what I mean. Then it's like the high pitched female vocals can just kind of rise to the top of the mix. You know what I mean? I really like that.
Yeah, no, I mean, because the instrumentation being a little on the, I guess, low mid bass end of things, and that her vocals being more on the treble high mid end of things, where it works perfectly mix wise.
Yeah, I like that. What do you think, Kyle?
Yeah, you mentioned that poppy sound. That's what I was thinking of too. I was thinking of like Evanescence and stuff, even though the sound isn't the same, but to me, era wise, and I did, when you mentioned when the song came out, it was released in 07.
07, okay.
Yeah, so I was curious, like if Evanescence may have been an influence or something, but this might be the first studio version of a Nightwish song that I've heard, and I really liked hearing the guitars so crisp and clean, and this, as opposed to some of the stuff I've heard with Floor, this one seemed a lot more guitar driven, and it was interesting to me, the kind of breakdown near the end of the song, and I when it kind of changed to that breakdown part, I looked at the time because I was thinking, oh, there's probably going to be 2 or 3 more minutes. It's like, oh, there's 20 more seconds, and instead of doing, which, and it made me think too, like, when did the djenty, almost math rock kind of breakdown where you have to go doom, 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 and you have this, really staccato, rhythmic thing. And before, when I've heard Nightwish, I've always liked that they didn't do the genre expectations. It's like they're not following the rule book, which is cool, because as a listener, that level of surprise and irony is what you appreciate. You know, when you hear this, it's like, oh, I'm not going to get beat over the head with like 12/6 time. And yes, I know that doesn't make sense. It's a
Actually, there's irrational time signatures, so 12/6 time could technically be a thing. Seriously, look it up on YouTube. There's several videos on it. Irrational time signatures.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just making shit up. Okay.
But you know, I always like that they do something that pushes outside the rules of the expectations of that genre. You know, because me as a listener that doesn't know a whole lot about the band, I can notice those things. Go, oh, hey, that's cool that they're doing that. I get why people love this band that much. You know.
The video was pretty intense too. It looked like it was telling some sort of a story when it wasn't doing their show, you know, showing the footage of them playing. I'm not sure. I'd have to watch it a couple more times to really try to get what the story is and everything. Yeah,
usually like angels weeping blood. It's kind of like a stigmata. You know, it's like a supernatural incarnation. You know, and I don't know what amaranth means. I always thought it was like a substance or something. You know,
well,
it's a stone.
Okay,
it's a food too.
Okay, well, I was thinking of amethyst, and I was thinking, well, I don't know, and that's to me, I'd need to look that one up to know what amaranth is. I'm sure someone in the comments will go, "You dummies, you don't know," you know. And
I know amaranth as a grain. It's a rare grain.
It is.
Yeah, but it's also other things too. I'm sure it's a cool sounding word, if nothing else.
Oh, totally. Yeah. It could be a cool neck tattoo, amaranth. You know, just. It's a cool ring to it.
It's just like it's just some muscly guy with like a tribal tattoo, just like, and it says amaranth. I don't know, something like that.
Khalifa coffee now with amaranth added. No, just kidding. Oh man, so that was really awesome. So now I can say that I've heard at least one song from all the different vocal eras of Nightwish, and I'm definitely going to be continuing both with the live shows I've been doing with Floor and exploring the different eras too. Yeah. I love the band. I love the concept of symphonic metal. It's different than prog metal, because I mean, I don't want to say it's not as complex, because it is, but it's not as notey. Like when you have a guitar solo, right? Shredders tend to play more notes than Empu does. He plays a rehearsed, written solo that's the same every time. And I'm not saying that the Shredders don't play the same solo every time. If that's what they do, they do. But you know, it's just not as many notes, right, as say a Dream Theater solo, right? Yeah, and it's the style, right? Everything's pre-composed exactly. And I know Dream Theater pre-composes exactly too, but they just do it with more notes, I guess is the word.
The other thing is, I mean, even I think John Petrucci said this. He kind of improvises live, which is just crazy. Like you're playing all these notes, but you're not. He's not. He never plays.
No, dude, no. I've seen them play live twice. If he was improvising, he's using that word so loosely, dude. He played every single thing, note for freaking note for note for note, note for note for note. And I mean, maybe he was intending to improvise, but I'll tell you what, it came out exactly like the record, and that's
fair enough.
That's him. And you know, like one of the things I loved watching, tangent alert, I loved watching was when I watched a video where Dream Theater was auditioning drummers to replace Mike Portnoy. And it gave a real insight into the way they work, because, you know, they were showing like they would just try to just jam with somebody. The way we write songs is somebody will come up with a riff and then they'll play it, and then everybody will come in and add their part, and we'll just jam, and then, you know, stop, talk about it, and then it morphs into a song, right? And so they had all these different drummers that came in, and they're like, hey, can you hang with this? Right? You know, and it was really neat. It was really neat to watch, because they do improvise.
Yeah.
But it's in the beginning process before it's written. And then once it's composed, then that's the classical. Then, okay, now it's like this forever. This is how it's going to be. And they even make tracks. They always play along with tracks. At least since Metropolis, if not before. They've always played with tracks. So that means that they can't really improvise too much, because if you make your guitar solo 4 bars longer, it throws the whole rest of the song off.
True. I think they, on that note, that drummer video you're talking about, I think that's one reason why they didn't go with Marco Miniman and they went with Mangini, because Miniman was like, he was I would say he's like maybe like one step above Mangini. I mean, he's like, well, from a technical standpoint, but Mangini's no slack, of course. But yeah, I think because of that improv sort of like looseness.
Yeah, I've said it before. I mean, I feel like Mike Portnoy left big shoes to fill, but it wasn't just the drum chops, which he's obviously incredible at. I feel like Mangini's as good of a drummer when it comes to just drum parts. But, you know, when it comes down to, I mean, at least he can play the Portnoy parts, you know, right? For sure. But then when it comes down to vocals, lyric writing, they lost a lot there.
Oh, yeah. They didn't really recover, I would say, until Distance Over Time. I mean, that was the first record that I actually liked all the way through as far as new Dream Theater goes. Other than that, I think it took them a bit of time to catch back up to where they were before Portnoy exited the band.
I love the song On the Backs of Angels. That was the first song, the first track of the first album they had with Mangini. I really love that song to this day.
That's a good track. I mean, I wasn't saying that I don't like any of it.
I know. I'm just thank you so much, everybody, for being here with me. Thank you, Eve. Thank you, Kyle, for being my awesome guest. Everybody, make sure you mash that like button. Please go over to their channels. We're all just growing so much, and it's because of you guys. Thank you so much. This whole show is for you, for your comments, for your chats, for your thumbs up, and everything. We really appreciate it. And you know, in addition to super chats, super stickers, make sure you check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Matthew's Music Lesson Studio, where you can go ahead and sign up. You can request collaborations, you can request covers, you can request, reactions, and you'll get cut the line. The more you donate, the further ahead of the line you can jump. Please check out my website, MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com, where you can get music lessons from me. And I can do voice, guitar, ukulele, and saxophone. And songwriting, if you're interested in songwriting, music theory, all that kind of stuff. I can teach you about scales and chords and modes and whatever you want to learn. So, MatthewsMusicLessonStudio.com. Make sure you like this video, share out the stream, and check out all of our websites. Links are in the description. I'll see you guys all next time on The Sound Live High.